The Dallas Cowboys continue to be one of the busiest teams in the NFL as preparation for the 2026 season intensifies. With the training camp set to begin, the organization is fully focused on building a roster capable of competing for a Super Bowl. After making several important additions during the offseason, the Dallas Cowboys are still monitoring the trade and free agencies market in the search of the player who can strengthen a key position. A team owner, Jerry Jones, and the front office believe there is still a room for improvements, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and they are prepared to make another move if the right opportunity become available before a regular season it begins. One of the biggest priorities for the Dallas remains rebuilding the defense. Last season exposed several weaknesses, particularly at the linebacker, cornerback, and a defensive tackle, prompting the Cowboys to make a change to both the coaching staff and the roster. The arrival of a new defensive coordinator, Christian Parker, has brought a fresh philosophy centered on speed, physicality, and creating turnovers during the game. Throughout the training camp, every defensive position will be closely evaluated as the coaches determine which player best fit the new system. Competition is expected to be intense with several young players hoping to secure starting roles alongside the experienced veterans. Although the Cowboys have already completed several notable signings and trades during the offseason, league insiders continue to link the franchise with additional transfer activity, so the Dallas is reportedly keeping the close eye on veteran linebackers, experienced cornerback, pass rusher, and offensive linemen who could become available throughout the trade or free agencies. NFL executives believe the Cowboys have maintained enough salary cap flexibility to make another important acquisition if injuries or unexpected roster changes around the league to create the right opportunity. While no blockbuster trade has been finalized today, the organization remains one of the teams most likely to stay active throughout the training camp. Veteran linebacker Buddy Wagner remains one of the names frequently mentioned in connection with a Dallas Cowboy. Although there have been no official negotiation confirmed, many analysts believe a Wagner leadership, championship experience, and defensive intelligence would immediately improve the Cowboys' linebacker unit. The front office is also believed to be the monitoring several veterans edge rusher who could provide additional pressure on opposing quarterbacks, as well as experienced cornerback capable of adding a depth and stability to the secondary. If the younger player failed to impress during a preseason competition, so the training camp is expected to feature several important position battle that could shape the Cowboys season. At the wide receiver, a younger player are competing fiercely for a roster spot. Behind the established startup, while on offensive line, both rookie and veterans are fighting for the opportunities to protect a quarterback like Prescott. The linebacker competition may prove to be the most important of all as the coaching staff searches for a player capable of adapting quickly to Christian Parker's aggressive defensive scheme. A strong preseason performances could dramatically alter the final 53-man roster before the start of the regular season. The Cowboys have already strengthened their squad throughout several off-season additions, bringing in players such as Jalen Thompson, Rashan Gary, Kobe Durant, Derrick Henry, and Otito Abigonia, Adi Winters, Ham Hoyle, Michael Andy. These acquisitions were designed to improve our depth across a multiple positions while maintaining a long-term financial flexibility. At the same time, Dallas Cowboys restructured the contract of the quarterback Dak Prescott and offensive lineman Tyler Smith, creating additional salary cap, a space that could be used to pursue another impact player before the season officially began. Several young players are also attracting attention as training camp approaches. Coaches are expected to closely evaluate a rookie and second-year players who could earn meaningful roles during 2026 campaign or season. The organization believes its younger talent and the potential to become an important part of the team future and strong performances during preseason game that could significantly influence a final roster decision. This emphasizes on youth combined with experienced veterans already on the roster, and thus gives a Dallas confidence that it can compete with the NFL top teams this season. Despite the excitement surrounding the current roster, a trade rumor continues to dominate conversation among Cowboys fans and NFL analysts. Reports indicate that the Dallas remain interested in adding another linebacker, a cornerback, defensive tackle, edge rusher, or defensive lineman if the right player become available. Team executives have made it clear they are willing to act aggressively whenever an opportunity presents itself, and many observers expect the Cowboys to remain active in the on the player market throughout Augusta. As July 2026, however, no major new transfer or trade has been officially completed. Overall, the Dallas Cowboys enter 2026 season with a renewed optimism and championship ambition. The franchise has invested heavily in strengthening its roster, improving its defense, and creating a greater competition at nearly every position. With a training camp about to begin, every practice session will be a crucial as coaches evaluate player and finalize the team. If the Dallas succeed in additional another experienced defender or offensive lineman before a week one, many analysts believe the Cowboys could emerge as one of the strongest contenders in the end. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer leading the team into a new era. Every practices have become a battle for starting jobs, a roster spot, and opportunity to prove that the Dallas can return to a playoff contention in the NFL. One of the biggest headlines from the camp is the outstanding chemistry between a Dak Prescott and star wide receiver George Pickens. George Pickens has quickly become one of the most exciting players on the field, making a difficult catches and showing up explosive playmaking ability that convinced the Cowboys to bring him to the Dallas Cowboys. His partnership with CeeDee Lamb is already creating one of the NFL's most dangerous receiving duos, giving a Dak Prescott more weapons than he has had in previous years. The Cowboys offense has looked sharp throughout opening practices. So a Prescott has been accurate and confident, while offensive lines has provided a solid protection during drills. Coaches are encouraged by the early rhythm of the offense, or thought they believe the real test will come during a full contact ported practices and preseason game. On defense, several young players are fighting hard to earn starting roles. So a rookie defensive back, Caleb Downs, has impressed the coaches with his athleticism, football IQ, and the ability to make a plays in coverage. So a rookie cornerback, Shavon Level, has also shown flashes of his potential, despite facing difficult matchups against an elite receiver during the Dallas Cowboys camp. The linebacker competition remained one of the most important battles in the camp. The Marvin Overshawn continued to emerge the defensive leader, taking on communication responsibilities while recovering his top form. So coaches are still evaluating whether additional help could be needed before a regular season it begins, and making a linebacker a position to watch closely. So several players are also fighting for the final roster spots: wide receiver, running back, defensive lineman, and offensive linemen are competing every day to secure the places on the 53-man roster. A player like Ryan Flournoy or Treshon Holden, and other young prospects have created exciting competition that could lead to a difficult decision for the coaching staff in the Dallas. So let's continue on with some transfer and the roster news on the Dallas Cowboys, also which is called the American team. The Dallas Cowboys have been relatively quiet on the transfer front during the opening day of the training camp. There have been no blockbuster signings announced this week, but the league insiders continue to believe a Dallas could explore adding a depth at a linebacker all along the defensive front if the right opportunity become available or before a regular season. A trade speculation continues, but no major move have been completed